Hello everyone, welcome to Savi channel, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. This is Manoranjan here, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication. Today we will be discussing about a topic from Module 4. The Module 4 is the sequential circuit design. Today's topic is we will be discussing about how to write a transition table and excitation table for various flip-flops, which will help us to design a synchronous counter using any flip-flop. So mainly we have four types of flip-flop, that is D, T, JK and SR flip-flop. So using all those flip-flop, we were trying to design a synchronous counter. So to design a synchronous counter, two important thing we have is we have to write the transition table and excitation table. That plays a very important role in designing any synchronous counter. Okay, we'll discuss that today. This comes under subject digital system design. Subject code is 18AC34 under VTU in Visvesvaraya Technical University. So before going for transition table or excitation table, we'll see what are the various steps involved in designing a synchronous counter. Okay, so there are mainly 4 to 5 steps. We'll see one by one. The first thing is we have to write the transition table for the given circuit diagram. So first step only is the thing is we have to write the transition table that will give us a relationship between present state and the next state. So you are when you are counting up or down, so this table plays a very important role. So suppose if I'm counting down, so for example I'm counting from 0 to 7. So when we are starting to count upon application of clock pulses, if we are in 0 state, my 0 will be my present state. From 0 the next count value will be 1, so 1 will be your next state. So when you're standing at 1, 2 will be your next state, and so on. So this is the thing we have to remember here. Transition table will give us a relationship between present state and the next state. So after for writing the transition table, what we have to do is we have to find how many flip-flops are required. So this particular thing we'll do with the help of a formula we call as 2 power small n should be greater than equal to capital N, where n stands for number of flip-flop and n capital N stands for mod n value. That means till where you want to count that. Okay, that we'll see when we'll solve a particular problem. So if they are not giving us any compulsion of using a particular flip-flop, so it is left to the designer. He can select any flip-flop of his choice. So the simplest one will be your D flip-flop, because in case of D flip-flop, input is equal to output. So designing any counter circuit with D flip-flop will be easier as compared to any other flip-flop. After writing the transition table, we'll try to write the excitation table, and I'll tell you how to write the excitation table. After writing the excitation table, we should find the number of the expression for flip-flop inputs using the K-map. After finding the input expressions, we can write the logic diagram. This is the main thing. These are mainly 6 steps we have to designing any synchronous counter. Okay, so next one more thing what I want to discuss here is state diagram. So state diagram will show you the states: present state, next state. So here I've taken an example again, a 3-bit counter, that is that should count from 0 to 7. This is the diagram. So when you are seeing this, so as I told you, when we are counting up from 0, I'll go after 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. 7 should come. After 7, once again it should come to 0, and this counting operation continue. So when I'm standing at 0, this is my present state and 1 is my next state. So when you are at 1, 1 is your present state, 2 will be the next state. When you are at 2, 2 will be your present state and 3 will be the next state, and so on. So in the same manner, when you are at 7, 7 is your present state, the next state is 0. Okay, the binary equivalent is the binary values are here. Triple one equivalent is 7, so 000 equivalent is 0. From 7, the next state will be 0. This is how your state diagram is written here. Okay, so this will help us to write the transition table, that we'll see in the next slide. Okay, let us go to next. So as I told you, transition table gives the relationship between present state and the next state, which we call as a transition table. So as I told you when we were discussing about state diagram in the last slide, so when we are standing at 0, 1 will be my next state. That is what I told you already. When you are at 0, 0 0 1 is your next state. When you are at 1, 2 will be the next state. When you are at 4, 5 will be the next state. In the same manner, when you are at 6, 7 will be the next state. When you are at 7, 0 will be the next state. So here you have to one main thing you have to observe here is we have different type of notation. QA, QB, QC represents present state. So whenever you add 1 to your present state, will that is nothing but the next state. So that is what I have written here: QA plus 1, QB plus 1, and QC plus 1. So QA plus 1, QB plus 1, and QC plus 1 are the next state of QA, QB, QC respectively. Okay, so this is how we write the transition table. It is easier as compared to excitation table. Just you have to keep that state diagram in mind. You have to write it. When you are at 3, obviously the next count value is 4 when you are counting up. So for 3 the next state is 4, and so on. That is what already I have told you. So after this, excitation table of all the 4 flip-flops. So we'll take one by one. So excitation table will give you a relationship between your outputs and inputs. So here with this table what we'll do is mainly when we were discussing about flip-flops, so we used to write output from input. So in this case we'll write the input from the output. Okay, so the definition is the table which lists the required input for a given change of state is called as excitation table. So here output will be given to you. You have to find the input. So we'll take one by one. So when I'm telling output, we have two types of output, that is Qn and Qn plus 1. Qn is your present state, Qn plus 1 is your next state. So these are two outputs we have. Using this I have to get the value of SNR. So all of us know the truth table of your SR flip-flop. So truth table of SR flip-flop is something like this. When SNR is 0 0, it is no change state. So output is nothing but Qn. Qn is your present state value. So what are the last stored value that will remain when we are in no change state? When SNR is 0 and 1, we are in reset state. My output will be 0. When input is 1 0, if we are in set state, the output is 1. When it is 1 1, we call as indeterminate state. In this case output is a don't care condition. Okay, so with the help of this truth table, we'll try to find the input value for the given output condition, that is Qn and Qn plus 1 values is ranging from 0 to 3 here. So we'll take one by one. So what you can see here, in the first case both the value Qn and Qn plus 1 is 0 0. So by seeing these two values, easily we can understand that both the values are same. Qn and Qn plus 1 is same. That means present state and next state value is same. So we call this particular state as no change state. So for no change state, what is my input? So when again I'll go to this truth table. So for no change, what is your input you have? We have Sn 0 and R is 0. So I'll take that value here. You can see I have taken first combination. Okay, for SNR my output is same, that is no change condition. So whatever the present state, that will be your next state. Okay, so one more thing what I have to see in this output is Qn plus 1 is my main output, that is the next state output. That is what we are bothered about. So when Qn plus 1 is 0, when you will get Qn plus 1 as 0 with respect to this truth table, when it is 0, reset condition. For reset condition, what is the input we have? 0 and 1. Okay, so even this particular input combination is possible when my inputs is 0 and 0. Okay, so that particular value also I have taken here, that is 0 and 1 I have taken. Okay, so these are two possible inputs we have for which I'll get this two output. Qn and Qn plus 1 will be 0 when I'll take these two possible input condition. So if I want to summarize this, what I'll do is S value is constant and R value is changing. So this can also be written as 0 and X. That means S is constant and X is your don't care condition. That means you can take it can be either 0 or 1. So in simplified way, for this particular output 0 and 0, my input will be 0 and X. Okay, in the same manner I'll find for the next value, that is 0 and 1. Second our output combination, that is 0 and 1. So what will happen here is, you can easily see now when your output is 1, when your output is 1 from this truth table, when it will be 1 when it is in set condition. For set, what is the input we have? 1 and 0. Okay, so this, but for this particular input I'll get this particular output. So this particular s value will be 1 or equal to 0. That is the condition of getting the output 0 and 1. Okay, any other possibility we don't have here, since except set, reset and no change, we do not have any other state in this SR flip-flop. So this value will be for this output q1 equal to 0 and n plus 1 equal to 1, my SR value will be 1 and 0. In the same manner, for the second, qn is 1 and qn plus 1 is 1. For this, see, this is my output. When the output will be 0, that is nothing but we are in reset state. When we are reset state, my output will be 0. For reset state, what is my input combination? 0 and 1. So for third input output combination, the value will be 0 and 1. Okay, the same I'll write it there. Then we'll take the last one. What you can see, both present state and next state, again both the values are same. So that is nothing but it is we are in no change condition. For no change condition, my inputs are 0 0. One more thing what you have to say here is qn plus 1 is 1. When it will be 1? When we are in set state. For set, what is the input combination we have? 1 and 0. Okay, so this input also combination is possible. So I've taken 1 and 0 here also. If I'll summarize this, I'll get x and 0, where x is don't care, that means it can be either 0 or 1 and r will be 0. So this particular value we can take it for output combination 1 1. So finally whatever we have got, that is your excitation table of SR flip-flop. Hope everyone it is clear for all of you. Another flip-flop, that is we have JK flip-flop. So most of the things remain same. So only the two table one changes we have in this case. What we have is, when both the value j and k is 1 1, my output will toggle in case of JK flip-flop. Okay, that means it is qn bar. When qn is 0, the toggling value will be 1. When it is 1, it will should toggle to 0, something like that. Okay, so this is the changes we have. So quickly we'll try to write the excitation table for JK also. Okay, so in the same manner, what we'll do is we'll try to write the excitation table of JK. So when qn and qn plus both are 0 0, it is nothing but your no change state. For no change, my inputs are 0 0, and one more combination what we have is output is 0. Output will be 0 when it is reset. For reset, what is the input we have? 0 and 1. So I'll take 0 and 1. So finally, if I'll summarize this, we'll try to solve this, we'll get 0x. That will be my input when both the outputs are 0 0. Then we'll take the second one. In second case, you can see it is output is 1. When output will be 1, output will be 1 for set condition. For set, my input is 1 and 0. So I'll take 1 and 0. So one more thing what I can see here is, as per your 1 1 combination, qn bar. Can you find the qn bar operation here? You see qn is 0. Here the value is n 1. So that means complement of it. That means it is toggling from 0 to 1. So to toggle from 0 to 1, whenever any JK circuit is toggling, my input combination is what? 1 1. So for toggling, the input value JK value is 1 1. So if I'll take this 1 1 and if try to simplify this, I'll get as 1x. Okay, so this will be your second output combination input value, that is 1 and x. In the same manner, we'll take the another value. Here also you can see, for this third output combination, qn plus 1 is 0. When it is 0, that means output is 0. For when output is 0, we are in reset state. So my input will be 0 and 1. And one more thing you can see is, again it is toggling. That is toggling from 1 to 0. So 1 1 condition also will be applicable. So if I'll simplify this, I'll get x1. Okay, in the same manner, I'll find the last value. It is no change condition and output is 1. So for output is 1, it is set condition. For that, input is 1 and 0. If I simplify this, I'll get x0. So this is the excitation table of your JK flip-flop. We'll we'll find for D flip-flop. All of us know D flip-flop, in case of D flip-flop, whatever the input is there, that will be the output. Okay, it is also called as data flip-flop. So when I'll give 0, my output will be 0, reset condition. When you want will give 1, it will be output will be 1. So in this case, this particular excitation table is very simple. So what I am telling is output is equal to input. So what is my output? We have here qn plus n is my output. So what will be the input? Same as qn plus 1. So for when output is 0, input also will be 0. When it is 1, it will be 1. When it is 0, again it will be 0. When it is 1, it will be 1. So this is the excitation table of D flip-flop. In the same manner, we'll try to find the excitation table of T flip-flop also. So what is the truth table of T flip-flop? When T is 0, so we will be in no change condition. When T is 1, we should toggle. That is the truth table we have. So using this, we'll try to write. Okay. So when you can see both the values are 0 0, that means we are in no change state. When we are in no change state, what will be the input? T should be 0 as per the T flip-flop truth table. Now you can see the second output combination. What you can see, it is toggling 0 to 1, it is toggling. To a circuit toggle, the T value should be 1. Again it is toggling from 1 to 0, again the value will be 1, and the last output combination, that is 1 1, it is no change condition. For no change, the T value will be 0. Okay, so this is all about the excitation table of 4 flip-flop, that is J, K, R, S, D and T. This is very essential whenever you want to design any synchronous counter, modern synchronous counter. For that we need all this excitation table. You should understand all this, then only we can easily design a synchronous. Okay, so this is all about the excitation table and transition table. If you have any doubt with respect to this, you can write me back on my mail ID that is displayed on the first slide. Thank you everyone.